without your coworkers giving you hints. Come on, gang.
It's high in carbohydrates. Simple or complex?
Let's stay focused on the
Oh,
big
too bad
picture,
we don't have
okay?
dinos
Now, when
anymore.
I look at this, I see something round.
What the? Hi guys, it's me, JT. You know those moments where you wake up without clothes on a prehistoric island where everything wants to kill you? Yep, well, that's Ark for you. Normally, I'm not up to this kind of abuse, but I really like this game, so here I am making a video about it. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my adventures in the sandbox survival game. There's a lot of cool options of places that you can go try to survive on, and I get the privilege of doing this with my best friend, Mech. I've been rocking out to this theme while my potato computer struggles to load this masterpiece. I look across the unfamiliar beach as I wash up onto the shore. Ooh, that's a cool shell. That's an interesting piece of driftwood. Oh, that's a cool jungle tree. Is that a raptor? I imagine the experience was meant to ease you out of the romanticized view of survival, but the game launched me right into that one. So I got up again in a different spot. My second chance at life had me thinking about something bigger. What about the existential purpose of why we're here on the island in the first place? Can simple explanations of ontology explain this predicament adequately? Does this environment alter the moral imperative to look at how cute it is? It was then I saw my life's new purpose. I would unite the most unlikely tribe together and have dominion over the island. I would be a leader of all the dodos. I would no longer be some Bob of the beach, but be known by my own distinguished name, Command Dodo. We made a nice little shelter down by the beach side where it's safe. For less than an hour, little creatures with an IQ lower than the McDonald's Wi-Fi came running out of the bushes by our base, which unfortunately attracts creatures with less pacifist qualities than I prefer my neighbors to have. Time to start over again. It got to the point where one of us acted as bait just to get them away from our little tent setup. And with my divine calling of keeping the dodo safe, it was often up to Mech to be the sacrifice. I salute you, friend. We found a triceratops near some bushes and realized we could really use a dino like that. Now you might ask, JT, how might one tame these great beasts? It's pretty simple actually. For most creatures, you just do the same things we do in real life to make new friends. You know, like beat the tar out of them, drug them out of their minds, and force feed them into submission. You know, like how all good friendships start. It isn't easy though, because they don't like it when you hit them. Trikes have a notorious amount of force when attacking you. If it hits you while you're jumping, you'll find yourself joining my speedrunning brother. Maybe not, but you might find yourself off the edge of a cliff. And a life full of regrets. Once we hit the trike enough times with the slingshot, he finally decided it was nap time. Then you have to make it eat in order to tame it, even though they aren't usually hungry, so you have to wait around for a while. Trikes prefer meju berries? I'm gonna call it mayo berries, just please don't harm me. They will also wake up if too much time has gone by, but thankfully the island is also home to some sleepy plants called narcoberries. You can force it to eat these and it'll stay asleep longer. After we tamed it, we leveled up enough to learn the saddle for a new friend, which made our lives improve Jurassically. How did you get that? That's like a level 60 item. A little while later, we came across this one creature that had a cool hardened shell with spikes all over and a mace of a tail. Mech became smitten with these creatures. We employed the same friendly strategy we used from the trike, and it worked out great. When the creature is successfully tamed, whoever's closest to it gets to name him. I made the mistake of being farther away than my friend, who has an interesting naming approach. See, because I like naming creatures in ways to match their personality, appearance, or related to the experience of how we found them. Mech's a little different. He'll name it something on the nose, or he'll just name it something he's called every other dinosaur he has. Fluffy. Such a fitting name for a pilliped of a dinosaur, I guess. I try not to let him name things anymore. There was this one time where Mech and I were wandering towards the center of the island with our ankylosaur and a raptor. We found a giant metal rock, and that wasn't a resource we had much of yet, and so we started chipping away at it, and as we were doing so and almost wrapped up, we felt the ground start shaking. Uh-oh. That's a bad thing because it's either a Bronto, which is fine, or it's something so much worse, and it was definitely the latter. I saw a giant dinosaur towering over us with an orange glow, and we tried to run, but we were too heavy with our metal, so he just ate us without hesitation. Yeah, those are called alpha creatures, and they're much harder than their normal counterparts, which are already hard enough for me. But we realized we would need an army for this one, so we started to make a plan. So what do you need besides a miracle? Drugs. Lots of drugs. This was a fairly easy task, but it also took a lot of time too. Next, we would tame a pteranodon without killing it. TM. This dino is super helpful in attacking enemies from the sky. You can pick up a friend with the feet, and then you can shoot it from basically anywhere safely. Taming this one's kinda hard though, because of a few details. You see, pteranodons are not only hard to find on the ground, but if you do find them there, one too many stones and you've got Jurassic chicken soup. Assuming your carnivore friends don't get there first. And finally, we would knock out the Carnos, the Rexes, the Tickle Chickens, making them our friends with the aforementioned drugs. You know, as you do to get good friends. And as a bonus step, we would definitely get some dodos.
Why?
With all these steps completed, we gathered what probably would be left of Noah's Ark in a battle royale. We were finally ready to take on this evil creature. I rode on the back of the pteranodon, watching Mech command the army from the ground. He led the charge, and I flew to the back of this monster and started using Terry's nibble to chomp away what little health I could. I've gotta say, this fight was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Not for us, silly. Yeah, it was Alpha's lunchtime. Our big carnivores charged first, and they didn't last very long. While they were doing some visible damage, our best hope of winning was just diminishing right before our eyes. I ran out of stamina on Terry because I took a few too many nibbles, and well, there goes 9 hours of work. And then way later in the game, we were in a good spot with our technology, and our dinos, and our dodos of course.
Could you stop bringing up the dodos?
Nope. In fact, let's go get the Dodo Rex.
The what?
This creature actually started as a joke fan art, and then the developers thought that suffering is funny because they put it in the game during some holidays. If this thing existed in real life, I would give a kidney for this guy, honestly. I want to make a video about trying to find him and tame him, but we'll see if that happens. We involved ourselves in a lot of shenanigans over the years with Ark, and with the release of Ark Survival Ascended, we're sure to have more adventures, once Mech gets a better computer. In case you're confused on what you've been watching, don't worry, I've recapped some morals and tips for you. Make friends by bashing them over the head and force feeding them. Get friends that will die for you. Don't drink the pteranodon's feet, it doesn't go well. Avoid alphas unless you're not a filthy casual like me. Hold your roasting stick over your console of choice while loading the game. Be the slowest, and you'll be lunch. Non-consensual implants are probably fine, just don't think about it too much. Okay, that's all the time I've got. I've got to get back to playing Ark Survival Ascended on my potato PC. Bye.